Thank you so much, Michelle Ngele, for that insight on what dubbing is. I told you that politicians can get very serious and they can get very hip. Now, I saw you guys trying to dub in the studio. Yours came like how?
Like I'm about to sneeze.
You're about to sneeze. Yours was,
I was like...
No, that is not it. Rita, how was yours?
I guess.
But I want to start with you, Rita, because you were very vocal 2 weeks ago when the president himself called on people to dab their way to the, to the polls. I want to hear what you have to say about how he did that on his Twitter handle. Although since that tweet has been since pulled down, isn't it? Yeah. It's not there. So what was your feeling?
My feeling was, my feeling was that he's a bit detached because a lot of things were happening at that time. And when the first video came out, Kenyans were not too impressed. I mean, he can dance a bit, I think. But they were not too impressed at the timing, at the setting. A lot of things were out of place. For him to go further and now have an official dub challenge, whose reward is to go to State House, our State House, not his State House, because State House is not personal property, is a bit kind of like the middle finger.
But that's like, where he stays. Honestly, Rita, that is where he stays.
He's not paying rent. People. He's not paying rent there. We are hosting him there.
Rita, honestly, we have put him there. He's our president. Okay, he can call people to come there.
That's fine. These same people told you, sir, your timing is wrong. The challenge is irrelevant. Can we please address serious issues? And then you tell them, okay, we will address serious issues, but first dub, then come to the place where you're paying rent.
We can see you're really passionate about that. As an aspiring politician, Dennis, what do you think about the dub?
There's nothing wrong about it, especially with the kind of president that we have at the moment as a country. This is a young president. This is a guy who's been involving the youth at every level of his governance. So if he feels that this dub dance has to come in, and I mean, I disagree with you that he did it as State House and you don't like it.
Sorry,
I'm okay.
Am I allowed
to? Wait, let him finish.
I'm okay with the president inviting this
let him finish.
kind of youths to come to his own home, practice with him, and do this on national TV probably, and post it to the people. And what is the meaning of all that? He looked at how the voter registration was going on, and he realized the youths have been left out. What do we do? These are the same kind of guys who are seated down there. No one is mobilizing them to move. So what can inspire them is what is happening currently in their life.
I'm coming right back to you, Rita.
The dub dance is
just hold it right there. Kotia, you're smiling. What is your take on this?
No, falsehood is what he said.
Hold on, Rita, hold on, relax.
I think I will say that it was the wrong timing, yes. But, and I view this it as a way that the president was actually trolling you people online, because it was a time that there was so much controversy going on. There was the doctor strike, those all those things that were happening. But here he is dubbing and telling you people, come on, you need to go and vote, go and take a vote, So for me, it was wrong timing. On a communication side, on the communication side, I would say it was really, really wrong timing. But now this is a president who's out there trying to woo the young voters. If it is, if he wasn't, if all these things were not happening, all these things were not happening.
Rita, it's okay. Hold on, Rita. What is ailing you? What is this?
I can't deal with the falsehoods. If you want to help the youth register as voters, make sure they can get their IDs.
Yes.
Don't make the process too hard. Don't go dub. Dubbing has nothing to do with it. Make sure they have their IDs. In Kisumu, for example, someone was sitting on IDs and the team...
No, is this a... Rita, hold on.
It is a fact. It is a fact.
Is it a proven fact that somebody sat on...
Okay, so it is a fact that there's an office that was compelled by people standing at the door and saying, we are not leaving until you produce IDs. And more than 2,000 IDs were produced within 1 hour. Were they printed at that time?
No.
So a dubbing president is not a solution. So do you know what else had happened at that time?
Hold on.
The ADF had just had a massacre thing happening. So what are you dubbing?
Ladies, hold on.
As I said, the timing was really bad. The timing was pathetic. The timing was really bad. No, let's improve our vocabulary. The timing was pathetic.
Yes. Okay, hold on. We will hold it right there. Dennis, you have something that you have to say before we can introduce the next.
And I have questions for him.
No, hold on. It's okay. We will put put them down and we'll have them. Dennis, there's one more last thing before we actually be able to troll somebody else on what it is that we are saying. What do you want to say?
I mean, when Rita says it was bad timing, what else did he expect the president to do to woo these young people to be mobilized so that they can get out and register? We had a deadline coming. It was coming in 3-4 days, in 1 week. So, and he told all the administrative officers, said, we are giving 3 days for all the people who do not have IDs to get them processed. He even told the chiefs, sub-chiefs to go out and give the IDs to this particular youth. So when he comes out to dab, he's just expressing and saying, look, this is the farthest I can go. This is how passionate I am for you guys.
Thank you, Dennis.
Yes.
Thank you, Dennis. Of course, my panelists seem to be
I
very...
really have a lot of things. I think, Dennis, I have things to tell you.
Hold on, Rita, it is okay. Remember, this is post-politics. We told you this is the part where we'll be looking at politics as it is today. You can tweet us at Adhiambo, at KTN News, at Rita _ at Dennis. Yes, and at Musesia. That name is really confusing me. So we said we will be taking a look at what politicians are saying online. And we want to start with Senator Onesmus Murkomen, who has been relentless this week about peace in Kerio Valley. Let's take a look at some of what he said online. Well, there they are. Yeah, no, that is a different one from Ekuro. We are looking for what Murkomen had said. Well, I know we remember that Murkomen was tweeting about insecurity, and he has been on at 8 since like about on the 12th he tweeted something. On the 13th, actually he didn't tweet, he was on Facebook. He was on Facebook. The senator was on Facebook, and he went to chat, yes. He was on Facebook. Then he said something about the insecurity, how it has been there. Then on 13th, he went for a prayer. And then after that, what happened, and now we saw him tweet. I will start with Dennis. If you've been looking at that and insecurity as it stands, what is your take, and what do you think when politicians take to social media to state other things, and then other things happen on the ground?
I mean, insecurity to me is a communal responsibility to all of us. And when we saw that coming, of course, from the senator within his own backyard, several questions will be asked. For me personally, as a young leader who want to come up and represent my own people, it's all about what is it that the community is doing down on the grassroots. Remember, it can't be a national issue unless it has escalated way down from the grassroots. So what the senator was coming up with, for me, of course, it's not right. To me, I disagree that he will say, I want to make noise about what is happening in my backyard.
It has come now. Let's just take a look at what he had said. You can read it there. He went to pray with peace on leadership and fight. And then, he was all godly about it. As usual, God comes first. And then the next day, of course, he also tweeted something. I'm sorry for cutting short there. What was the point? So the point is, he will first go and engage his people on the ground. We have the village elders, we have the sub-chiefs, we have the chiefs, we have community elders. Remember, this thing started as a community thing about cattle wrestling and so forth. So he has to address the issues as they are. And us as leadership, when we come up, even young people, before you tweet something, look at where can I rescue this issue? Let me not come up with it so that because I'm an elite and then I have a following nationally to get issues, it can be solved that way. I can see Rita is I don't know if I could have switched so that I just sit here because Rita is not happy. Rita, what is it?
I'm not happy for 3 things, actually. One, are you saying security starts with you?
Exactly.
Security starts with you, health starts with you, everything starts with you. Then why do we have a government? In 2014, the same Murkomen said, CORD are busy running up and down trying to devolve security. That was his statement. He said the governor office and the county system is not mature enough to handle matters of security. The same year, the government says Nyumba Kumi is the solution for security. Nyumba Kumi. How do you move from the county is not mature enough to deal with security, security cannot be a devolved function, but hey, Nyumba Kumi is the solution.
But
the same Murkomen in 2015 said, why is Kimayo focusing on security in Kerio Valley? Why can't they go to Tiati, the same Tiati where people died last week? And he said, it's on his Facebook, he said, Tiati is the place where everything, it's the genesis of all the insecurity. If Murkomen, as a leader, a senator, had this information in October 2015, what has he been doing with it?
Let's hold it right there.
So if security starts with anyone, clearly it should start with Murkomen.
You're just agreeing with me. You're not disagreeing.
Let's hold it right there. Portia, I will come right to you because the interesting bit, and I think this is what politicians have to understand when they're using all these gadgets nowadays, is that the internet does not forget.
Exactly.
And what she's saying are things from 2014, 2015. So when he is now doing prayers, how is this telling
God
you
to
what
come?
it is? Let me just hear from you.
I think sometimes we just want to overwork God. You know,
Thank you.
I'm a Christian. I pray, but I also take action. You know, when I am a senator, and my strategy for actually dealing with insecurity is prayer. Then
You're a senator in the government.
Yes.
You're not in the opposition.
Yeah. Then it doesn't
In the
work
government.
like that. You know, it doesn't work like
But remember, Diambo, I'm
Yes.
telling the two ladies that this thing starts with us. You know, the responsibility is within our reach. You know, all these people, when you say Murkomen is a leader, he cannot fight this alone. What you should tell him is that this is a collective responsibility. What is he doing with his MPs? What is he doing with his governor, who is in charge of the area? What is he doing with the village elders, the chiefs, the DOs, the deputy county commissioners? You know, by the time you reach to the government and say, what is the government doing?
Oh my gosh.
We need to look at all these processes.
So
Yes.
when Murkomen says the government has, and trust me, I like social media because I can quote you verbatim.
Yes.
He says the government has invested in sufficient personnel and equipment to deal with security issues.
Which, that was his first tweet, not the second one. Was that?
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
was in 2015,
That was
2014.
in-
And that was Facebook.
In 2014, actually,
Okay,
when he was
2014,
trying
when
to
he
say,
got- okay.
yes,
Yeah.
when he was
Alright.
saying code is being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, my friend,
2017.
no.
Fast track.
Yeah. So now, when this guy says that security, I mean, when you say that security starts with you,
Yes.
the same government that has bought equipment and personnel says we cannot devolve security.
Yes.
What do you want people to do? Please advise me. What can we do? How can we take? Are we going to get guns?
Listen, we cannot get the answer. I do not think that Dennis actually has.
I mean, but when a leader who's in the government in Kerio Valley, who can even predict that Tiati is the heart of the matter? Almost 6 months
I
ago.
am sure he
What is he
just
supposed to do?
tweeted
Yeah.
what he felt at
What he
that
felt at
time,
that
and he
particular
wrote on
time that
Facebook
this is what
he
I want
felt
to-
at that
as a
time.
What is
person.
a leader and
It's
feeling?
a very,
I mean,
it's a very bad precedent when we just we are leaders, but our strategy for dealing with issues in our maybe our constituencies is tweeting. Come on, yeah.
And I've
You know,
reminded her that
and
I'm
prayer.
not agreeing
What
with
is
him.
happening?
I'm not saying that, you know, I agree with his choice of words, his choice of medium, you know, to spread the gospel of, you know, what is
And it
happening
was a
down
literal
there.
gospel,
Yes. So when,
Rita, it's okay. Let him put his point across. Dennis,
When we
Dennis,
come
we are
up-
so sorry. It's
Yeah.
an overwhelming,
Exactly.
you know.
it's
when
more
we-
common. What do you
yeah, when
expect
you
me to
come
do?
up and say these issues on national TV or on your Twitter handle or social media, you have to be sensitive
You
to your
can't have a
recipients on what
government.
is it that is
you
happening.
can't Murkomen.
Yeah.
First, in fact, the last time when he was being harassed, when he went to the church thing.
When was that?
That was in the
that
17th. I think the
was
Kerio
was that
Valley
a
one?
tweet that he actually
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has
This
it been
one.
quoted on
It says 12.
Yeah.
Yesterday we joined Bishop Korir at,
Yeah, oh,
okay,
yes,
that is
yes,
the
we had
prayer
that
thing,
actually,
yeah?
yes.
Yeah.
He's always praying.
He's always praying about it.
No, people, be kind. Be
Okay,
kind.
we'll try,
He's
we'll
praying.
try.
He's a prayerful guy.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on.
Yes, he's a prayerful guy.
Now, some of the people asked him, I mean, they were very upset. They're like, hii serikali, si tunafanya nini huko if we're getting killed? The government cannot, on matters security, look and sound helpless.
Yeah. Very
Murkomen does not stand there as someone's son. You know, we know he is, but when he's speaking, do you know how many committees Murkomen sits in?
I get you.
Yeah,
I get you.
He cannot
I get you, Rita.
stand there and sound helpless. He's not there on behalf of National
So that
Churches
was a very
Council.
helpless
A
Facebook
very helpless
post,
crying.
according to how you're putting
But there was
it.
another politician who did the same thing yesterday. Was it yesterday or?
No, you're not going to say Kamama. Is it
We're going
Kamama? That's a whole different
That's a
topic.
whole different. That's a whole different story. But
Yeah, that's a quite sensitive issue.
Kamama, we love it.
That's very interesting. Remember, this is for politics, and in my panel, I have Rita, I have Dennis, and I have Portia, and we're discussing what legislators are saying on their Twitter, on their Facebook handles, and we want just to see if they
Helpless.
tally with the
Helpless.
things that they're supposed to be doing for legislators. Now, Another legislator who has been busy is one Boni Halwale from the Bungoma Senator, who took to Twitter to condemn the violence experienced in various parts of the country.
You see?
So, and then, you know, once he had done that, it almost looked like, before musing, actually, he added that, and then he mused on that particular tweet, he mused about the government spokesman, what do you say, the slide of it, is it the tongue?
Yes.
Eric Reide's admission of draft budget, you know, but Bonnie actually tweeted on it, and I think after laughing is when I realized it's not a serious matter. It's a very serious matter. Dennis, I'll start with you on this, because I can see the government and you are a little friendly, and their tweets, you know, you are able to justify them. So what's your take on this particular matter?
I am an aspirant on a Jubilee ticket. So, I mean, at my capacity as I grow, I want to represent government, to assume that I'm representing the views of government somehow.
But you are a young aspiring politician, and this platform actually is so that even if, you know, because if somebody can say that and then we are all justifying it, because there's a lot of justification that came out after that, the hashtags and everything else. So, okay.
As a leader, I will tell you one thing, that when the government spokesman comes up and, you know...
that was Bonnie's tweet, actually. That is what he did. And then down there, he attached something, and you know Bonnie has humor, I think, naturally.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Jesus.
But that's the reaction.
But that's really what gets.
So right there was what Bonnie said. So now, based on that...
So for me, I'll expect if Bonnie Kalwale, and you say he's a senator for Kakamega County, not Bungoma, he's in opposition.
Yes, actually, sorry about that. It's Kakamega County, actually. And that is my county. Sorry, actually, I come from Kakamega County.
Yes. So he's in opposition, and he comes, of course, it's a government spokesman versus an opposition leader. My word against yours, what is it that I can take advantage of? Is it a slide of the tongue? Yes, if that's the opportune moment, then
could I say there's a difference between...
Hold on, Rita, let him finish.
I'll say, for the government spokesman, of course, to say something, he's a human being. Is he reading from the same script as what government has? We need to ask ourselves that, even as young leaders. You don't come and say, because he said, this is the truth.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Rita, just hold it. Portia, what did you want to say? I see both of you just looking at Dennis like, we want
No, but actually, my issue is, who are these people we are having as government
Exactly.
spokespeople?
That's a bigger
Who are these people? Because if really this is a person who's talking on behalf of the president, on behalf of the government of Kenya, that is someone who's supposed to not to cause, what are they called? Not to cause, not to speak out of spite, or just to speak and say it was a slip of the tongue. You cannot say that.
Hold on, I know that Rita agrees with you, and so it is again against. But okay, fine. Your take on this particular tweet, and your take on the slip of the tongue moment.
My take is that the tongue does not slip where the brain has not already slipped.
Yes.
It's just as simple as that. Your tongue just follows where your brain already slipped.
Rita, be kind.
It
could have
Is it
slipped.
So what I'm saying is, there must have been... It's the same way Itumbi one day said that the government already has a rigging plan. He said it.
I mean, where? It's there somewhere?
It was a video. It wasn't even
There's even a video of this?
Yes. And you see, the thing is, what I'm emphasizing is your tongue cannot slip where your brain did not already slip.
They have to work
Something
together.
must have happened.
They have to go together.
They have to be in tandem.
A very heated discussion here in the panel.
But on the issue of security, the other issue that
you want to revisit security?
Yeah,
I
think it was the issue of security of the leaders as they campaigned. It came from... Because he mentioned
Turkana.
There was Turkana, there was Ruto, there was something else, Wetangula and Kakamega.
Yes.
So I think we cannot have... And then there was also the TRT.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
Is politics that serious that we're going to start killing each other and shooting at each other? Something is really wrong.
Something is not necessarily right.
And what is Kaiseri doing? I mean, the other day I had him talking to chiefs to help. I mean, do you even know what your docket says?
Well,
he was really out of turn.
We will come, we will discuss.
But something has to be done.
No, but he did not tweet.
He did not.
Yeah, so we can't say that we went and looked through and said that he
The
tweeted
last
something.
time we had Kaiseri talk, he was speaking to the chiefs to go and register people. That was our...
Rita, hold on right there.
Okay.
CORD principal, Raila Odinga, seems to be reading from the same script with Boniface Mwangi on the healthcare crisis. At least if their tweets are anything to go by. Odinga took to Twitter on Wednesday to condemn the injustice, while Boni, as usual, joined the doctors on the street to protest, while also tweeting. Did we see? It was quite interesting to see that there is a tweet from our CORD principal, and then at that point also there was almost the same kind of tweet from Boni Mwangi, but then he went further to participate in it. But let's just discuss the part where now also the Right Honourable former Prime Minister is also taking. In fact, I also saw that you can follow him on Snapchat.
Yes.
Oh, he's on Snapchat?
Yeah, and you can get his videos.
He's so active on social media nowadays.
Yeah, he's so busy.
really?
But let's discuss this particular one where on Wednesday, because he was really upset.
This is about the doctors?
Yes, the
After
tone.
they-
Yes, his
But it's
tone
been
was
going
there.
on for a long time. Then he's now very interested about tweeting about it, you know.
Yeah.
And in as much as the Prime Minister would... former Prime Minister.
No, he's not a Prime Minister now. Let's get it right. He is a CORD leader.
Yes, the CORD leader.
He's CORD co-principal and ODM leader.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, that is the right one. Yes, what were you saying?
Yeah, he's been very, very vocal on social media nowadays, and he hasn't been very vocal for a long time. Now, I think he set up his social media accounts just the other day. Should have been in 2017. Should have been around in 2016. That's when I saw that he's becoming very active. His website and all that. Yeah. Going back to that issue about doctors. Doctors have been on strike for such a long time.
Yes.
Such a long time. He's not been speaking about it. Then out of nowhere, when it's about to be all rosy and everything, that's when he's speaking about it. So I think that if you are someone who's really passionate about something, you should come from a point of, from the start, just walking the journey with these people. You just don't come in and just hijack it.
What you're saying is that he's not been tweeting or communicating about this.
Yeah, he's not been really talking about it. You know, it's been a very silent kind of movement, especially from the political side. People have been just keeping quiet about it. And then towards the end, now that we are just about to resolve it. Yes, to resolve it.
No, you're
Adhiambo,
wrong.
I think
No, that's her opinion on what the former Prime Minister tweeted. But Dennis, is that your take as well, or do you have a different take?
No,
because Boni also tweeted and even joined them.
Somehow I want to agree with her, with Portia, and say, you know, it's an opportune moment for every politician to come up and want to attach himself to be a problem solver. You know, for example, when the Prime Minister comes and wants to dine with the doctors after they've been released from jail, it's being opportunistic.
Yo, man.
This is an issue that has been there for 90 days.
Hold on.
Yeah, for 90 good days. And personally, as a young leader, I'll say we have probably the most incompetent people in that docket. You saw them when they approached the Senate.
Which people?
The Ministry of Health.
Which ones? Oh, okay, because we were getting a little bit concerned about that.
We saw them when they approached the Senate, and both the CS and the PS could not agree. They could not actually work in tandem. One was saying, I gave you a memo to go and handle the crisis. The other one moved the memo to the junior staffs. You know, so it's an issue that has to be taken seriously, even as we speak.
So, these two tweets, one from the right Honourable and another from Boni, Boniface Mwangi, who also, just like yourself, is an aspiring candidate.
Yes.
What do you say about it?
For me, I think just the way we had said it.
So which one are you
earlier,
saying is opportunistic?
Raila Odinga's.
Why?
Of course.
Why is he opportunistic and why isn't Boni opportunistic? It's the same thing.
Why will it come at that time? Will it come at that particular moment?
Which moment?
Yeah, why didn't he tweet a week into the strike?
Let's define the moment.
Yes.
Which moment are you talking about?
Just after the doctors had been released from jail.
Now,
okay, let's hear what you're saying. Yes.
Raila didn't get into it just after the doctors have been released. Without Raila and the ODM team, the doctors would not have been released.
Oh, come on.
Is that a fact, Rita?
But they were in court. They were in court. Were they not?
It's due process. It was due process.
Okay. So this is let's be a bit more systematic.
Yeah.
So Jubilee, including the CS and the PS, had these 70-something days to deal with this issue. We are trying to measure incompetence.
Yeah.
Yes.
70 plus days. Now Raila is opposition.
Just someone.
Doesn't, just in fact, well, let's call him Raia.
He's a leader.
Just like a Raia like
No,
us.
he's a leader.
No,
he's a leader.
He's a leader.
No,
He's a
let's
leader.
call him.
He's a leader, but he's still a
without-
Raia.
He's a
But for
Raia,
some-
honestly.
yeah.
No one has voted that guy into any office.
Yeah.
All right. He's not been voted into any office.
He's yet
Now,
to be,
this
just
guy,
in case.
not just in case.
Oh, no,
but that's a
let's
different
get the
discussion.
point. Yes, let's get to your point.
So the point is, a group of people had 70 plus days to deal with this, and you're saying problem solving? Their solution was, let's throw these guys in. That was the solution. Let's throw them in. Then a brigade comes, a wonderful, intelligent brigade, and gets these people out.
What
And you want
precipitated?
them-
What precipitated
Hold on,
that?
let her finish. You'll have your chance
No,
to
wait.
respond. Yes. Dennis, relax.
Whatever precipitated, someone had 70 days to deal with the raw material and the precipitation, and they could not.
Rita, get to the
Yeah?
point
So
where
the
you were
point
saying
is,
he wasn't tweeting
one,
before.
You can't
Yeah.
say, Portia, that it is opportunistic. He didn't do anything for 70 days. There's people who we pay to do something about it. There's people on a payroll
Yes.
who are supposed to do something
Including
about
governors.
it.
We should
Let
mention
me
that.
ask.
All right.
So
Okay,
wait,
just-
secondly, now you're saying he came in at an opportune time after. Without him, there wouldn't be an after. Without him and his team, there wouldn't be an after to talk about and call an opportunity.
Thank you, Rita.
And that is my
Dennis,
point.
Yes.
that is, you wanted to respond pretty quickly before we go on a break, and then you also wanted to add
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I mean, that's why I asked her what precipitated all this. Remember, it wasn't the government matter in court. This was county governments versus the doctors. When the doctors were talking about the CBA, the county government came in and went to court and said to hold the doctors. And this judge was actually arresting doctors for not obeying a court order that was issued because of the county government. It's a county government lawyer.
Hold the
who went
thought,
court,
hold
not
the thought
a
right
government-
there.
I think he should hold
Hold
the
the
thought.
thought right there, Dennis. Portia, just before we go on a break, very quickly about these two tweets. I take it you still remain the fact that for you, he came in too late?
It's not even about that. I just think that both sides. I'm not saying that the opposition was okay. I'm not saying that the government side was okay. I think both of them just really didn't do anything about it. You know, they didn't do. Rita.
Okay, I won't look at you. No, let me not look at you. Let me
one
look
at
at
a
the
time,
damn
one at a
book.
time. Let us make this.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you
for
for that.
politics, and you're still on Weekend Express with me. You can be able to tweet me at Adhiambo at KTN News. You
me
can
look
also
at
still
her.
tweet at Mr. Mima. When we return, we will be taking your responses and feedback. And remember, you can call us in as well so that we can get to know whether, when you prowl these people, are they